was just observing the cat having a snooze. Goodness, most expedient. Most funky, licious tunes as well.
Man, I've been needing this for so long. Pop didn't even notice. Too busy on the bottle, as usual.
What is it you need? A car wash, given you can't see out freaking windows?
Just the road and I.
Oh, I think it's just him in the car, actually. I thought we were a passenger.
What the?
Oh no, you've run out of electricity.
No, baby, don't do this to me now. Shit.
Oh dear. Oh no, your car's blown up.
Great.
He's dressed like a greaser.
What a day to end up stranded, huh?
Why do you not have a shirt on?
Can I get a lift?
Maybe get your car
The
repaired
jump
first?
just died on me.
Sure thing, son. But I wouldn't leave your vehicle out here. That's asking for
See?
trouble. My home's
Great
just
minds
over
think alike.
yonder, and lucky for you, this old man's a mechanic. We could tow her to my garage.
Would you? Mighty kind of you, sir.
Too
Grab
kind.
some rope and tie it good and tie it to the truck now.
I'm so gonna get killed. He does have that kind of irritating American college greaser type that is so
Welcome
famous
to
in
the Tucker
slashes.
Farm, son.
Why do you not
Pretty
have a
boring
shirt?
around these parts.
You would be surprised. Some things happen out here folks wouldn't believe. Alright, let's pop the hood and take a gander.
I like the
Heavens to Betsy. The engine's in a right
I like the
mess.
writing,
Pop's
the
gonna
dialogues.
kill my ass.
Don't worry yourself now. I'll make you an offer. I see you got a toolbox in your back seat. The old lady's been bugging me to fix an old wardrobe for weeks, but the garage has me busy as a cat on a hot tin roof.
Which you're famously
no
not doing
mechanic,
anything but having
that's for sure.
asleep.
You a carpenter by trade?
My pop's profession. I know my way around a hammer and nail.
Yeah,
Sounds
pretty much
like we
anyone
have
can
a
work that
deal.
much out.
Come, let's get inside.
Okay, so I fix your woman's wardrobe, and you fix my old man's car. Right, that at least
After
seems
you.
fair.
So,
Why does this man have
Just the
one
wardrobe.
hand?
It sure is. Should be easy work for you, right?
I reckon I'll have this done in an hour.
There, the boy. I'll get to fixing your vehicle. It'll run better than ever. Oh, before I forget, the wife listens to her favorite radio station around this time. Don't want to annoy the old goat. Better keep the door closed if that's all right with you.
Sure, man. All right. Let's get to
Don't
it.
lock me in. Why does he only have one hand? Never mind. Many questions and not enough answers. Oh goodness, I have been locked in and now I'm going to get eaten by the farm man. I like this already. This is going to be good. I have every faith that this is going to be marvellous. So yes, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called, I've already bloomin' forgotten, Cannibal Abduction. That's it. Presumably where you are abducted by a cannibal, not where you are abducting cannibals, which would be a really weirdly specific thing for aliens to do. Never mind. Who can understand the minds of Martians? The job is almost done. It's getting dark in here. Does this old house have electricity or even lights? I'll ask the farmer if something to light the place, otherwise I can't finish. Indeed. Oh goodness, control Henry. Oh, I say. This is marvellous. Right. We can walk about, and we can walk backwards, and we can interact by pressing E. Alright. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm glad to see you're on the same wavelength. Right. That presumably is the door that the farmer came in by, that we came in by, because I remember that painting on the wall. So, how's this going? This thing can wait for now. Alright, stop being grumpy. This door is stuck. Idiot. I don't think, actually, looking at this place, I don't think the wardrobe is the thing that needs mending. I think everything needs mending, from the ghastly wallpaper to the bashed up roof. How strange. The door is locked. Is there anyone there? No one answers. I think I may have something to open it in my toolbox. Oh goodness, have I got some bobby pins and a screwdriver? We do this Fallout style. Oh goodness. Man alive. That's a hell of a face. Alright. Oh, it literally is a bloomin' bobby pin. Useful. Useful for clipping hair or unlocking cheap logs. Do bobby pins actually work as as decent lockpicks. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know very much about picking locks. It may surprise you to learn, but that's not my area of expertise. Alright, what's that? Is that my... I always keep it close. Oh, it is a journal! Goodness, and I can read pieces of information. Like, giddy up. I could read about illicit love affairs and things. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go the other way in. If Fallout taught me anything, we're wrong about. Right, I have escaped. What's this? This looks very shiny and expensive. How convenient! A torch! Marvellous. Equip the torch to reveal items that can be grabbed. Keep in mind that Henry is easier to notice when the light is on. Ah, right. How do I? There we go. That's better. There we are. I can press F to turn it on and off. Cool. I haven't heard the radio station that you've warned me so much about. But locked can be opened with a common key. Ah, yes. I wouldn't want to have any kind of royal blue-blooded key. No, just a perfectly peasantry kind of key would do marvellously. Alright, let's continue to wander around and see what else we can find. This is a good lock. I won't be able to pick it. The key that opens it must be around. Ah, interesting. I like that where it sort of gives you a little bit of a clue about what you're supposed to do. The knob is missing. Oh no! What is a man without his knob? Sorry. Oh goodness, I have got a stamina bar represented by my sneakers. Or my trainers, or my plimsolls, or my tennis shoes, or apparently those things have about 15 different names I've recently learned. Your mother and I are leaving town. This is a really weird way of finding out that I'm adopted. We will be leaving tonight. Great news, I have a young stray locked in Fred's bedroom. Oh, this is not addressed to me. Take care of it as soon as possible. Don't play with the food. They locked me in the bedroom on purpose. Don't play with the food. What are these weirdos talking about? Seems like I'm alone for now, but I don't have much time. I must get out of here. Right. My suggestion, good friend, would be to pick up this table, smash the window, and then jump out. But I say that in every horror game, so perhaps it's obvious and I should shut up. At least, if we must criticize them for being cannibals, at least they are patriots, although I'm pretty sure the flag's actually supposed to hang the other way around, but we won't worry about that. Maybe there's something in here. A book, some air, and a pencil. Oh, all right, nothing useful. All right then, fair dues. I don't need anything to write in my journal. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't want to go. No, leave that there for the time being. This door is locked from the other side. Ah, interesting. Okay. I wonder who came up with the idea of saying the doors are locked from the other side, and then that becoming the code to mean that it's just a shortcut back to where you've been previously, but you'll open it from the other side. I don't know. A brand new VHS tape. Well, that dates the game, doesn't it? When the hell was the last time? I'll keep in mind that tapes have single use, use them wisely. Ah, interesting. I like that. Interesting. Henry won't be able to save the game if there is a threat nearby. Okay, fair dues. That will make some semblance of sense. Yeah, man alive. When did we stop manufacturing VHS tapes? I need a hammer to remove the nails. Maybe I have one in my toolbox. That seems vaguely reasonable. The door is locked from the other side. Well, fiddlesticks. Which presumably would be quite a suitable thing for a carpenter to say. Although I imagine that most carpenters say quite more colourful things when they bash their fingers with a hammer. See everything in here. Some duct tape, that might be useful. This little book, presumably. And again, a lot of air. Alright, nothing there. I'm glad to see that Henry is a discerning chap. What do we have in here? A little kitchen. Interesting. With a little fridge. Is there any mysterious meat? There's a little reference for you. It's locked, can be opened with a common key. So you're not trying to tell me that I can pick this with the... Oh, I don't actually have the bobby pin anymore. Interesting. Okay, so the bobby pin seems to be sort of one use. What the hell is all this? That's an arm! Yeah, I have a funny feeling that these people might be ever so slightly insane. There's some twangalicious tunes coming over the airwaves. February 3rd. Before I go to bed last night, I found Aunt Marie sitting by the living room radio alone. She was staring at the radio with a blank look on her face, turning the dial over and over like she was trying to find a specific frequency. When I said good night, she ignored me as if she was lost in her own little world. Uncle Bob told me she has been up all night. Maybe I should ask her about it. February 4th. I couldn't help but ask Aunt Marie why she was up so late. As she opened her mouth to speak, she became overjoyed and giddy like a child. She told me that she finally did it. It's the radio, you see. I can connect with the radio. It talks to me. I think Aunt Marie might be ever so slightly balmy. Not to suggest that a bunch of cannibals that live out in the middle of nowhere are not slightly balmy, but if she's along with all of that, she's perhaps a mite balmier than the rest. When I asked her who it was, her sweet, joyful smile faded as that blank stare I saw last night returned, like her soul was sucked out of her body all of a sudden. I left the room and we both ignored each other for the entire day. Ah, now that's a functioning family. I'm starting to worry about her. I think she needs to see a doctor. Again, that seems too reasonable for you lot. Seems like the glass is armoured. Oh, so me chucking the chair out the window wouldn't have even worked in the first place. Interesting. You need to wash your bathrooms occasionally. More toilet paper. Oh. Oh goodness, there's a picture of a scary lady and some pizza. And a picture of a dancing skeleton. Marvellous. And a bandage. I was going to ask what's the difference between a bandage and toilet paper because they both look exactly the same, but then presumably it's how terrible it is. The water stinks. This bathtub was filled a long time ago. Let's drain the water, see if there's anything inside. Okay. Bronze key. How exciting. Alright then. Where did that noise come from? I think there was someone in the house. Oh, goodness. It's no longer safe. I don't know if that used the bronze key or not. Oh no, that must have been the door that was locked from the other side. Interesting. Are there like... New VHS tapes record my progress. Don't I have that? I might save now that we know there's a villain on the loose. I'd like to save my progress, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for saving the files so that we don't lose anything. Alright, it looks bloomin' dark on OBS, so I apologise if me having the light off to increase my stealthitude is making it difficult for you to see what the hell is going on. Alright, I'm going to try and... I don't know if I went through this door before, did I? This is the entrance door. It is locked. Well, isn't that just a tragedy for all concerned? The thing with these fixed camera angles is I'm not going to be able to see the enemy if they're actually quite close to me. Alright, I'm going to go back in here. Oh goodness, what's this? This looks interesting. This is my father's hammer. Oh yes, so many nails and small children that he bashed with this. Marvellous. It is such a delightful family heirloom. I'm glad I haven't lost it. I mean, I've lost it up here, but you know, that's a different kettle of fish. Alright. Oh, kitty. I got scared of a lampshade. Sorry about that. Okay, I think everything's going to be fine now. I'm going to go and see if I can remove those boards that we saw over here. Let me preemptively activate my I just wanted to get it ready. Also love that I've got a hammer and I'm undoubtedly not going to use it no, my inventorium. I'm undoubtedly not going to use it to bash any enemies. This is some blooming long nails. But never mind, we won't worry about any of that. Okay, I think I'm ready to go through the door now. This is a better wardrobe. Can I hide in here, perhaps? Oh, I can hide in here, perhaps. Excellent. Marvellous. I can have an itchy arm. Sorry about that. What's this written on the floor? Aunt Marie and Uncle Bob won't be back from their trip tomorrow, and oh dear, it would seem that the game is really aware of the fact that it's about to murder me. Almost every day when the clock strikes 8:45, Philip goes to the basement, and we don't see him until the next day. He's doing this for weeks. Well, you know, he's just a growing boy who needs his private time to deal with certain problems. I am counting on him doing it again today. I'll update later if I find anything. I heard a squeaky board. It strikes me that maybe if I want to be discreet and not caught, I shouldn't be yammering on quite so much. As soon as I heard the basement door, I shut, I rushed to the radio. I wasn't sure what I was looking for, but I started twisting the dial just as Aunt Marie did that night. I cannot fully explain what I found, but some channels had strange sounds I'd never heard before. He had discovered jazz! Oh no, probably not. It sounded like some sort of animal singing, humming. No, it's definitely not jazz then. It kept repeating the same 3 patterns in the same order. Oh, it's probably something more modern then. I could tell each pattern had a distinct tone and length. It seems as... Kitty, I cannot speak today. Is this the it my family talks about? It makes no sense. I can't hear it say anything. I just don't understand any of this. Interesting. Doesn't tell me a great deal. This is also locked. Lots of cupboards I need to open. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a hiding spot if we need one, but we haven't learned anything of much importance. Right. I notice I've still got a key in my inventory, don't I? I don't think I used it on that door because I'm pretty sure that door said it was locked from the other side. So that leads me to conclude that there was another locked door, wasn't there? I think at the end of the corridor, at the top of the stairs, I think there was a... Can I crouch or anything out of interest? No, I don't think I can. This is really rather tense. I like this. This is a little bit spooky and I rather enjoy it. Yes, I think this door here perhaps might need this key. I can't use this here. Oh, no. Oh, that's because this is the one with... This is the knobless door. I completely forgot. We won't worry about that. Huzzah! We have opened the door. Right, let's see what we've got in here. Open menu while hidden. Oh, interesting. Why do you want to tell me that? Is there something important I need to understand? No, I can just pause. Presumably I can't do that out here? No, pause not allowed. Hold to quit. Ah, right. I can only pause when I'm safe, much like how I can only pause when I can only save when I'm safe. Right, there appear to be a set of overalls here, which presumably have been thrown off in some lust-filled extravaganza as the one-handed shirtless loon that we met earlier chucks himself onto the bed along with Aunt Marie or whoever she was. Right, let's have a look in here, see if there's anything in here. Oh, there's something in here. Yes, indeed. A shirt. Begs the question why I wasn't wearing it before. A second shirt. Begs the question why I wasn't wearing it before. Another VHS tape. Okie dokie. That will come in handy later, I am sure. Can I open this door? Yes, indeed I can. And this... Okay, I was thinking this this led into the other room. No, this leads into a shared bathroom between two bedrooms, which I've never in my entire life understood the purpose of this. I get it from an architectural point of view, right? Because you have like 2 bedrooms that are technically an ensuite. But what's the point of this, right? Because you go in the bathroom, except the person in the other bedroom doesn't know you're in there. So they can just barge in at any random moment without you realising. It seems a little odd to me, but we won't worry about that. What do we have here? A bobby pin may come in handy to open some cheap locks. My pockets are full. I should leave some stuff in my toolbox and come back. Oh goodness, I didn't realise there would be pocket management in this. All right, let's deal with this. It's a cute noise. I like that sound effect. Yeah, let's go in here and hope there's no villains in here. Oh no, that was just the door behind, wasn't it? All right, I need to pop some things in here. Kind of want this. I kind of want this. I kind of want all of this stuff, to be honest with you. I'm going to pop these 2 things in here, I suppose. And then we will then we'll carry on. Because I don't think I need to save right now, given how recently I've already saved, so we won't worry about that. Alright, so now I can open a cheap lock. I'm wondering if that will allow me to open one of the cupboards that have got a lock on them. Like this one. Can I open this? I can't use this here. Oh no! But I thought that had a cheap lock on it and I was going to open it. Assuming I had enough on my lock-picking skill. But apparently that's not how the universe works. Alright, never mind. What was wrong with this door? Why couldn't I go through here? This door is locked from the other side. Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable reason. Let me just moonwalk my way back to my next objective. whatever the hell my next objective is. Yeah, let me wander around a little bit more and see if I can figure out what it is that I need to do next. Oh, this lock seems to be cheap. Ah, good, that means I can go through it. I'm still convinced you should be doing that from the other direction, but we won't worry about it. What have we here? A lovely little sitting room. This is actually quite pleasant. I rather like this. What does this note say? May 11th. I was playing with Daisy today. At first I thought Daisy was a cow, but perhaps not biologically, perhaps only psychologically. She's the only member of the family I can trust. She was so happy wagging her tail. Okay, she's not... she might be a cow. I think she might actually possibly be a dog. She was so happy wagging her tail, playing with the toys, gave me comfort I've not felt in a long time. She reminded me of when things were normal. But something is not right with her. It's her breath. She licked my chin and the stench nearly made me throw up. She's probably been eating rats. That's normally what makes a cat's breath stink anyway. What the hell are they feeding her? It doesn't even smell like dog food. Oh no. May 20th. I'm getting the hell out of this house. I cannot recognise my own family anymore. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Blood-soaked bandages wrapped around their arms, resting on the table with blood still wet. They cut off their own arms. Oh my giddy aunt. That's okay, there's cannibalism, which is eating members of your own species, which I think is generally accepted to be not good. And then there's eating yourself, which is just a whole nother level of... You've transcended cannibalism into some kind of ultra-cannibal, and that just is not cool. Right, Uncle Bob grabbed my arm and placed a cleaver in my hand. He sat back down, and they all looked at me. He asked if I wanted to do it. I threw the cleaver on the table I'd have thrown it at his frickin' head, and ran to my room. I have all my bags packed now, and I'm shocked they're giving you the opportunity to leave, but we won't worry about this. Oh dear, please be safe, Daisy. I think I'd probably take the dog with me. Mind you, if they're eating people, they're probably not interested in eating dogs, so, fireplace lights the room. There is a suspicious loose brick, but I cannot reach it. Unless I just stuck my face in the fire to have a look. Oh dear. I remember watching him live with the Crickets when I was younger. Oh, presumably some sort of musician or something. Alright, fair dues. Where does this go? Oh, this goes into the scary doll basement. I don't know this. I'm going to leave now. Alright, presumably we need to find like a fire extinguisher or a bucket of water or something so that I can put the I can put out the blaze. Oh no. Okay, at least she's alive, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. Feeding the feeding the dog first seems like a good plan. Ah, right. I comprende. I don't know what type of dog she is. The grumpy one is the answer to that question. There seems like a box there. Is that Go through the... Oh, that's the wrong door to go through, because there is a demon on the other side of it. Please go through the door. Post haste, friend. Go through the door very quickly. I have no idea where the nearest hiding spot is, so I'm just going to run around. Have I been here before? I think so, yes. There's got to be somewhere I can hide, except in the toilet, of course. I think they're still after me. Right. I only wanted to open the pizza box. I just wanted to have some pizzalicious fun. Everything's going to be fine now. Is my vital size stable? Alright, okay. So, Daisy's not my not my greatest friend. Alright, fair dues. Oh, okay, that's the other side of this door. Idiot. Let's all just agree that I'm an absolute moron. I keep going the wrong way because I need to stop coming in here because this is a massive waste of time. It slows me down enormously when I need to go back up the stairs. Okay, right. I think I need to go down into the basement. I don't really want to because I'm convinced it's going to get me gutted. But you know, I'm stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea, by which I mean the dark basement and the somehow yet darker cannibal. Okay, let's just relax. Everything's going to be fine. I can't hear anything. I think we're fine. Alright, just relax. Everything is going to be absolutely peachy. Oh dear. I probably should have kept those bandages with me, but it's a bit too late to worry about that now. So I need to find some food to feed the doggo with. There's a key here, a common key. Okay, so I'm just gonna get in here and relax for an instant. Okay, so just to recap for all of you locksmiths out there, there's 3 grades of keys. There's not cheap locks, which require bronze keys. There's cheap locks that require common key. Now, there's common keys that require cheap keys. Never mind. And then there's also naff cheap stuff, which could be broken with a bobby pin. Right, I'm glad that we've got this all figured out. I don't know why I bother putting my hand on the mouse, because you don't use it in this game. Okay, what do we have over here other than a leaky pipe? The water is not flowing. I need a valve to restore the flow. Ah, could that be related to putting the fire out, I wonder? Who would leave all these good books in a basement? How strange. Yes. Reminds me of another game that we played a great long time ago, where we had to move a bookcase to the side, and it wasn't in the slightest bit clear that you had to do that. Is there a door over here, or am I imagining things? Oh no, it's not the... I thought it was... Sorry, you can see like a black line at the edge of the wall there. I thought it was a door frame. It's not. It's clearly just the edge of the shelving unit. I'm being a stupid thief. Never mind any of that. Alright. Now that we've got a key, we can open one of the cupboards. So let me see if I can manage to do that. What I might also do actually is grab that VHS tape and save again. Half the time I'm not sure if these sound effects are from me or not, or whether they're the enemy wandering around. Can I go through here? This door leads to the outside, but it is locked. Again, this is a shame, but never mind. Again, I got chased by the enemy, and I didn't grab my hammer and bash him with it. But never mind. We'll meet a horror game protagonist who isn't a blooming pacifist one of these days, but not today. Alright, I'm going to save again, because I feel like we've made a decent bit of progress. Here we go. I want to have a quick read of the description of that key as well, because it looked longer than just saying a common key, so possibly it will clue me into what sort of things it can open. Most of the locked cabinets and counters. Yes, indeed. So this is going to be interesting, because of course they've given me 1 key, which means I can open 1 cabinet. But I could open any of the cabinets, so it's going to be interesting to see how it sort of structures the items, because the flow of getting items is going to be very important. So it will be interesting to see how they sort of manage that. We won't worry about that. Right, let's open this and see what we have inside. Maybe there's something useful here. Probably not. Some bandages. I kind of wanted something a little bit more integral than that, but we won't worry about it. There's nothing left in here. Cool. Can I use this, please? Cure wounds. I still feel like you're treating them, not curing them. Should you cure disease? Well, won't worry about that. Noise definitely wasn't me. He's after me again. Scamper away post haste. I also keep forgetting what all the hiding places are, but we won't worry about that. Because it does seem like I can just sort of run far enough away that he doesn't get me. Okay, right. I hope, at least, that I'm vaguely safe. So, what's next? I need to find some food. Please tell me I can't take this with me. No, he's not. He's right there. Obviously, it's not making as much spooky sound as it did before, but never mind. I've also got no stamina, which means the likelihood of me being able to outrun this chap is really rather low. It's also weird playing a game entirely one-handed, but we won't worry about that. Don't ask what I'm doing with the other hand. You don't need to know the answer to that question. Come on, man, move your butt. I'm going to run into the basement, because that's definitely not really stupid, because it's a freaking dead end. Okay, at least there's a hiding space down here, if nothing else. So I need to find a valve for the water. Let's just relax for a second. So I need to find a valve for the water, so that I can presumably get like a bucket of water and then put out the fire, so I can then access the brick behind the fire, which will have something interesting behind it. I need to find some food, so that I can feed the dog and distract the dog long enough to get whatever item it is that it's guarding. And other than that, I just need to get keys in order to get out of the doors. So that's all fine. The reason I went toward the reason I went up to the severed arm on the counter was because, oh, that's why the guy didn't have a hand. Of course, it's all coming back to me now. Yes, because it mentioned that they'd been feeding the dog something very unpleasant. So I thought possibly that was the food that I needed to give to the dog. But my surround sound suggests that came from the right, so I'm going to go to the left. Shh, 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 shh. There's got to be some food somewhere. The obvious thought is to go into the kitchen, but maybe that's a bit too obvious. Life, spooky man, leave me alone. Is there like anything in the fridge? I'm not opening the fridge. Well, that's reasonable, but at the same time, we've got a job to do, kid. Is there anything else? What? What does that say? Oh, giddy, I'm still being chased. Run! I do not wish to be stabbed in the bum by this very noisy man. I didn't mean to go this way, but don't worry about it. Don't mind me, Mr. Doggo. I'm just running into walls a hell of a lot. Oh, my giddy aunt. What did it say about the oven? I call the word nasty, but nothing else. It's rusty, but it still works. Oh. Interesting. Oh, for goodness sake, man, will you leave me alone and let me get on with my business? I need to get back upstairs and get the bandage because I've managed to get myself ever so slightly stabbed again. Don't worry about that. Okay. I do wish the stamina bar stayed there while it was regenerating so that you could get a better, an easier indication of when your stamina's refilled or not. Okay, right. Let me take this and then I'm going to use it. There we are. What? Hang on. Oh, I still have this. Oh, maybe the key isn't a one-use thing. Oh, so I can open all sorts of different cupboards and stuff. That makes far more sense. Right. That makes far more sense. Right, okay, never mind. I have got some more cupboards that I need to open. I didn't realise that I still had that key with me. That's the missing piece to the puzzle. Right. He also seems to be wearing a sort of butcher's apron, which is interesting, and wielding a cleaver, which is all frightfully fascinating. Okay, so there must be a number of other cupboards and things that need to be opened. An intelligent player would remember where they were from previously espying them as we wandered around the house while it was safe. But naturally, I'm not that intelligent, so I'm just going to have to search around and find them again from scratch. All right, what's in here? More bandages. Oh, good. That's not really. Oh no, a can of dog food, which presumably she's not going to eat because she's not used to eating dog food because it doesn't smell like dog food, or maybe it's just some really, really frickin' stinky dog food that they bought. Goodness only knows. This is actually quite tense. There's something about the camera angles. Twangy music, I'd forgotten about this. Can I interact with the radio at all? This was a bit obvious, but interesting. Okay, there must be a specific frequency that I'm trying to find. How the hell do I get out of this? There we go. Need to press the space bar. Yes, there must be. Oh, there's another cupboard I could open there. There must be a frequency I need to listen to. I can't just open them all randomly. What the hell is that? A jug. Okay, I don't know what the bloomin' heck I need that for, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Ah, for the water, not a bucket of water, but a jug of water. How could I? How under the sun did I not think of that? Normally jugs are the only thing on my bloomin' mind. Alright. Shh. It's gonna be alright, Mr. Doggo. Let's pop some din-dins in here. It's awfully bloody, but we're alright with that. Time for your din-dins. Oh my giddy ass, I'm gonna peek a knees or something, isn't that? Playing with an object, a doorknob. Aha! Making progress. Okie dokie. So I reckon if we use the doorknob, we'll get in the room. Maybe we find the valve. We turn the water on. We get the jug. We carry the water. We put out the fire. We move the brick. We find whatever the hell that is. Maybe that's the key out of here. Because it seems like we've been into most of the rooms, and we would have done most of the things. So I have some degree of confidence that we are perhaps approaching the end of this. I rather like this. This is cool. It's kind of like a granny game, but with some sort of theme of a slasher film rather than your more traditional horror, which I rather like. It's quite a cute way of doing things. Oh goodness, we're going to go into the attic. This is where we lock crazy Aunt Maria, or whoever the hell she was. Okay, let's see what we find up here. Ah-ha-ha! The valve uses to restore the water flow. Indeedy. Oh goodness, actually there's... Oh, look, 1500 kilohertz. Ah, interesting, wrong combination. That doesn't bloomin' surprise me. Interesting. Okay, so I need to listen to the radio to hear the code, presumably. It looks like there's a another VHS tape here. My pockets are full. I didn't think that was going to work, but I did think it was worth a try. You might think that's stupid of me, but I did think that it was worth a try. My giddy, it's so loud! Don't run down to the basement, partly because I need to use the valve, and partly because I just want to reach the hiding place there. Oh my goodness, that's so bloody loud. Okay, I mustn't forget the frequency of 1500 kilohertz. That's got to be important, because that must be what tells you the code to open the padlock. So I don't know what would be in that room, but there must be something important in there. Do I have any bandages or anything? No, I don't. Okay, but if I use this to clear up my inventory a little bit. There we go. Water flows have been restored. Huzzah! Yes, but where do I get the water? Where do I sort of get, or is it maybe like a sink somewhere, perhaps? Maybe the kitchen sink. I never tried interacting with that. Okay. Relax. Wait, do I have a VHS tape on me? I don't, but I think there's one in my toolbox. I'd like to save again, but I don't know if I'm going to get half a bloomin' chance. So I need to get into the kitchen, don't I? So that wouldn't help, because the door on the other side of the dog's room just leads to the corridor, so that wouldn't help me. So I need to go back into the kitchen. Here we go. Yep, I need to go in here. The hell was that noise? I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, we've got the jug. Yeah, look, I see some water dripping. Water system flow works now. Yep, huzzah. Where's my bloomin' inventorium? Yes, I'd like some water, please. Huzzah. Now I can have a lovely drink and soothe my hoarse voice. Oh wait, no, I need to put out a fire with a single cup of water, which is going to be a hell of a task. Let's see what I can do with this. I wouldn't have put my hand right in there, but you do you, mate. There's a hidden button. I wonder what the button did. Oh, it was a button. I thought it was like a secret compartment where I would find a key or something. Interesting. I don't know what that did, but I suppose we'll find out in due course. Ow! I've been stabbed in the bum again. Oh, leave me alone, you old cook. There's nowhere to hide in here, is there? I really shouldn't be in here, but I also still want the thing in my box. There's a cupboard here. Hide in the cupboard. This is really rather tense and spooky. Dear, oh dear. I like the number of doors, right? I swear I could hear my heartbeat in my ear. That was terrifying. I like the number of doors. I like the fact that you always have to keep going through doors. Under normal circumstances, that would irritate me. But I like that because what's the word? It means the enemy can sort of jump out at you. It sort of adds a degree of jump scare to the mechanic, which is quite cute. I like that. Okay, let's. Vital signs low. Oh no! I think I'm going to die if I get hit again. Do I have any bandages to hand? I don't, but I do have VHS tape. Okay, I'm probably going to get rid of the hammer. I don't seem to need that anymore. Okay, so I don't think I've actually seen any more bandages anywhere, have I? Because the only other things I saw were the jug and the dog food, which I thought were bandages, but they weren't. Alright. Yeah, what was in here? There's no use for it. Okay, whatever it is, I've taken it with me. There might be some more bandages in the attic, actually, because I didn't finish exploring around there, because I got somewhat rudely interrupted by a large man with a large knife. But we won't worry about that. I'm going to go back up to the attic and see what else I can find, presuming, of course, that he's not up here. Hopefully not. Yeah, let's have a little look around here and see if there are maybe any more bandages. Another VHS tape. Okay, that's interesting, but not frightfully useful. I seem to have blood all over my jacket, which is interesting. Aha! There's a little there's a crate here I can open. Let's have a look at this. And by crate, I mean cabinet. Please have bandages. Hooray! Either that or some more toilet paper. Oh yeah. Hooray! Bandages! There we are. I feel better now. Fire signs good. Spiffing. Okay, good. So we've pressed the button in the fireplace. Goodness only knows what that does. So the next order of business, beyond getting back downstairs and saving again, because we've made quite a good bit of progress and I don't want to lose it, is to listen to the 1500 frequency and find the code for the padlock, which will let us the door in the attic. So that's going to be interesting. So first and foremost, I'm going to try and save, and then I'm going to try and get my way back to the radio. Let us be silent and sneaky and stealthy. We must not allow anybody to catch us as we do mischief. Crying out loud, I keep forgetting. I'm not used to having to insert digital media anymore. I do actually find that though when I'm playing old games from my childhood that ran on the disc, I find myself forgetting that I actually need to put the disc in, and always just thinking I can start it up through Steam or whatever. So I'm sorry for being an idiot. I'm so sorry that you've accidentally stumbled upon the channel of an absolute moron. Okay, here we go. Let's just have a listen. Move it very quickly. Can't move it quick enough for my taste. I'm glad I didn't have to listen to all of these manually. I can hear something. Hell? It's making random noises, but I can't interpolate any of them. What's the code? Oh yeah, I forgot the sound kicked through the ceiling. I should turn that back down for when the next job comes on. Was the code for the padlock two? Was it 3 numbers or 2 numbers? Sorry, was it 3 numbers or 4 numbers? Because when I was listening to that, it was just random gobbledygook sounds, but there was a sound that almost sounded like a pealing ring, like a ring of a telephone, and each was playing at a different tone. which is interesting to sort of discern them as separate. But there were sort of 2 rings, then 2 more rings, and then 5 rings. So, and then there was like a zzz sort of noise, perhaps suggesting that was the end of the transmission, and then it was then going to repeat itself. So I'm thinking that those noises must somehow communicate the code, which just makes me realise this game would be impossible to play if you were deaf, but we won't worry about that. Yeah, but I need to know, was the code 3 numbers or 4 numbers? Okay, it's only 3 numbers. Okay, good. So it was 2 rings, and then 5 rings. Huzzah! I figured that out of my brain! I'm most terribly proud of myself. Alright, oh, someone's been imprisoned here for a while. I woke up in the attic. I cannot believe my own family did this. As a kid, I used to hide here when I was bold. Bold? If you're bold, why would you be hiding? Never mind, maybe it's a typo. Now I'm trapped here. They want me to cut my arm off, but I won't do that. I won't give in. May 24th. I'm so hungry. Uncle Bob offers me a plate of food every day, but I refuse. Aside if it makes me want to puke. He says it's pig meat. Then why wouldn't you describe it as pork? But I don't believe a word he says. I know it's human. I'm so weak. I can't resist anymore. I'm so hungry. I ate it and it tasted fine. Was he telling the truth? Was it pig meat, or am I so hungry I can't even tell anymore? I don't know what to think. I feel like I'm losing it. Aunt Marie came up today to wish me a happy birthday. She gifted me a bundle of rope. Is she giving me a way out? I broke down crying as I hugged her, begging her over and over to let me out of here, but it was useless. She just smiled and left the room. I'm a burden to them. They can't let me leave. Some part of them can't kill me themselves. That's a bit depressing, because I think I know where this is going. July, I think it's the 23rd. Like it even matters more anymore. I refuse to use the rope. I've been holding this knife for what feels like hours. Maybe if I just give them what they want, maybe I could have a chance. Okay, maybe he cut his arm off. That's slightly less better than what I thought he was going to do with the rope. Hooray, I found a rope. What the hell am I doing with this? Oh, thankfully it's clean. Oh, that's not pleasant. It didn't even strike me that, of course, you need a bathroom. What the hell do I want some rope for? Quite aged, but seems sturdy. Used. I can't use this here. Where do I want to use the bloomin' rope? Where the hell do I want to use the rope? What do I want to use the rope for? What's that? Every time I come across here, I see the sort of big red gap here. No, not that. Don't worry about that. I can't use it here, can I? No. I was just wondering if there was like a big gap in the ceiling or something where I could go through. But what about the button by the fireplace? That must have done something as well, but I don't know what. We have ourselves a bit of a mystery going on. I do find myself wondering if the chap that's chasing us is in fact the chap who had to chop his arm off, because I'm guessing Uncle Bob is probably the older man that we met on the road, and Aunt Marie is presumably the woman that he was talking about, referencing the referencing the radio station. I remember that. Sorry. That's strange noise. It's like a squelch noise. I'm standing in a load of mud. How very mysterious. Sorry, going slowly insane playing so many bloody horror games. But yes, that only leaves like a couple of people mentioned in the story to be the chap that's chasing us, because it seems a bit too sort of limber and energetic for the old man. My vital signs are still fine, so I'm wondering if this VHS filter that's just come on is trying to tell me that the villain is nearby. I don't know. Again, I presume I can't just climb out the window, can I? It'd be too bloody easy, wouldn't it? Alright, again, it's all just locked. There must be something that I'm not seeing. Something more. What the hell do I need to use this rope for? What the hell did that button activate? I need to look through some parts of the house that I haven't been in for a little while. Yeah, that is definitely a bloody proximity thing, isn't it? It's just over there. Idiot. Okay, right. I don't think he knows that I'm there. That's interesting. That's a nice little mechanic. I like how there are certain ways in which you can stumble upon him, but he doesn't immediately find you. I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Oh my Gideon. You know, I'm genuinely not sure which is worse. These cannibals eating themselves or kidnapping people and eating each other. I think that kidnapping people and eating other humans is worse. As I've generally said throughout my life, if you want to do something and you're not harming anyone else by doing it, then generally I'd say go for it. I don't think I'd say the same thing about cannibalism, because I think it's generally quite unhealthy. I don't know very much about the biology of cannibalism, but I'm pretty sure I've heard people say before that it's not a healthy or sustainable diet. But we won't worry about any of that. So again, I've pretty much been everywhere again, haven't I? I've sort of tracked through the house again. I really have no idea what that button was supposed to do, or what this rope is for. That's the mystery that I've got on at the moment. I don't quite know how to answer that. Still can't get through here. Most mysterious. I'm gonna have to wander around for a few minutes and see what else I can what? There are two separated from the rest. One is exotic cooking recipes, the other is about human anatomy. That's pretty freaking foreboding. I see that as someone who already knows how horrific this place is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wander around a little bit and see what else I can see what else I can find, see what else I can stumble across, because I'm getting a little bit lost at the moment about what I need to use this blooming rope for. The button, of course. Of course. Oh, and I actually saw it in a premonition, didn't I, with saying that we needed to move the bookcase, except I didn't think to come and check. All right, presumably. Oh no, this is the butcher's. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Of that, I'm bloody grateful. I don't want to end this way. If anybody in the world does, please check yourself into a clinic. For the family members, cut limbs, put in refrigerator. For Daisy, remove bones, grind, put in cans. Whilst human flesh. For it, remove organs, throw in pits. Oh no, remember to bring clothes and belongings to the backyard so we can burn it all. Oh, oh gosh, she's close. Where is he? He's too close for comfort now. He's sensible. For a man who goes around eating human beings, he's got a vague semblance of sense in his brain. Okay, calm down, relax. Other than the cleaver in my ass, everything's gonna be fine. Okay. Good. Okay. I need to get back down into the basement, as I need to carry on looking around that meat emporium that they've set up. Yeah. I think this VHS filter, I know it's an utterly inconsequential thing, but you know what I'm like, I always get fixated on something utterly unimportant. I'm wondering if it's perhaps a combination of A, proximity, and B, my state. Must open from somewhere else. Oh, I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is. Oh. Use this. Let's see what's inside. Something useful, hopefully. I still don't know what I need the bloody rope for. What is that? There's a hexagonal symbol here. I have a horrible feeling I know exactly what it is, and I'm not going to say. I'm just going to say that it quite frequently has a jewel in it. I presume not a real one. Oh, I've got to go back up to the bloody... I can't just drop things. Use? Oh yeah, of course I can't use it. What am I talking about, honestly? meat grinder was used recently. It's all human meat in the bowl. No. They've also been eating pasta with it. Of course, it's all human, you goon. Oh, a bunch of unlabeled cans here. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Got no idea what the hexagonal doodad is for. I've got no idea what the rope is used for, but at least we found out what the blooming button was for. So we're making some slow progress at least. Oh dear. Okay. The fact that your inventory gets full and then you have to go back to the toolbox is a really interesting mechanic, because it forces you to traverse a large proportion of the house and thus expose yourself to the villain. And not expose yourself like that. Get your heads out of the gutter. I know I'm the one that's talking about jeweled devices earlier, but we needn't read too much into that. Going to it might be alright actually. I'm going to get rid of I'm gonna die in a minute if I don't run away. Idiot. Just leave me alone, you crazy old man. Everything's gonna be fine. Just keep saying that and maybe it'll come true like a bloomin' mantra. Go away. You great big smelly man. Go away. That's alright. I can throw insults to the best of them. Says he's coming back actually, which is a bit worrying. What's my oh, I can't open my inventory in here. Okay. It's not okay. So we've got the rope. No bloomin' idea what we need that for. We've got the hexagonal thing. No bloomin' idea what that's for. We've got no bandages and no health and no prospects of getting out of here alive. But other than that, everything's going quite well. Okay. How is my health stable? Okay, it could be worse. Yeah, no idea what I need that bloody rope for. So I need to drop off a couple of things in my toolbox first. Yeah, I've dropped off the key. I don't think I'm going to need that anymore. I feel like I've opened everything that needs to be opened, so I'm not worried about that anymore. I've been through that. Yeah, so... Oh, what's that? Oh, a lockbox. There's a socket that opens it. Ah, I didn't see that before. That was hidden in the shadows. Okay, that's probably what the hexagonal doodad is for. Oh, I like that. You can fill the cup from all sorts of different things. You don't have to specifically use one special one. I like that. That's a nice touch. Okay, I need to get back down to the basement and get my hexagonal doodad back. And then I need to get back up here. Okay. Just relax. We'll get us the hexagonal thingamajig, and then we'll carry on with our lives. This game maintains its tension very well. Much better than I would have expected, and much better than occurs in most games, given that I've been doing this for over an hour now. So the fact that I'm still feeling tense about this is a testimony to the effectiveness of the spookaliciousness. Right! Let's do this, and I stupidly forgot to turn the, A clock hand? I just wanted a blooming key! Oh my god. A clock hand? What in the name of Bluebeard's bollocks do I want a bloody clock hand? What the hell do I want that for? I haven't seen any clocks in this damned place. Right. If retro style horror games have taught me anything, it's that clock hands go on clocks, no prizes for figuring that much out, but then I need to set some sort of specific time to set a mechanism going. Okay, don't worry about it, we'll get there. Okay, so I need to keep wandering mad life. It wouldn't make any sense that, oh, here's the key, now you escape, because what the hell would you want the rope for? But, I'm gonna get killed. No, 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 I refuse to die! I have come too far. I've lost too much blood to you. I'm gonna ring him around a little bit because I want to take a bloomin' VHS tape with me, even though this is really frickin' stupid now. Really dangerous thing to do, but I'm gonna do it all the same because I have to save. It's been too long since I saved, and I am just gonna hide in the cupboard for a few minutes. If that's all right with you. Just get back in my little safe place. Literally. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, live. Sorry. I think by now I'd have found a chair that could hold my bum more comfortably. But we won't worry about that. Okay. Yeah, I want to save because it's been too long since I last saved. And I need to be on the lookout. The fuzziness is worrying me quite a lot. Maybe he's up in the attic. I really hope that he is, because then that means I can wander around the ground floor without too much worry. Yeah, I need to be on the lookout for a clock. Which, a sitting room seems like the sort of place you might have like a big ass clock. Here's a big ass clock! Right, let me save quickly, because I'm desperate for that. There we go. Hooray! We did it in everything. Right, now let me use this. No idea what time I need to set. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what time I need to set. Let me look back through my journal. Maybe, I wonder if this did something. Only if I got the time right, which I undoubtedly didn't. Let's look at any times. Not that. Cool. Yeah, were there any times anywhere? No, that was the one from the start. That doesn't help. 8:45, it goes into the... 8:45, yes, of course. How could I forget? It was me doing it as well. Okay, and they mentioned 8:45 going into the basement, and the basement seems like the sort of place where mysterious things will be happening, given that that's where the meat grinder is. So I'm going to head back down to the basement and see if anything has changed there. We know they must have at least some weird mechanisms, because of course the fireplace in the bookcase mechanism went down there, didn't it? So there must be there might be something else going on down there. Sorry if you can hear a weird chirping noise. The cat has randomly decided to get grumpy about life. Not quite sure what that's about. Okay. Oh, maybe this door? Didn't they say something about yes, hooray and huzzah? Is there somewhere in here I can hide? Probably not. A key! Metal key! That must be the way out of here. I don't usually enjoy that sort of crass humour, but at the same time it's vaguely amusing. Dangerous to manipulate this electrical panel. Thank you for questioning the utter insanity of horror game protagonists fiddling with fuses all the time. Okay, let me get back in the cupboard. Okay, we've got a metal key. On the one hand, I want to try going out the front door, because that's presumably how I escape. On the other hand, what the hell would we need the rope for? So that leaves me with the thought that maybe we go out the back door instead. Maybe there's like an enclosed garden that we can't escape from, but then there's something in the garden, some sort of backyard, where we perhaps use the rope, I don't know, maybe to put a bucket in a well or something in, and then lower that down and get a final key out. I don't know. What's the description of the metal key? Very old and rusty. Interesting. Interesting. I'm probably reading too much into it. The only thing I can remember that's been described as rusty is the oven, but why the hell would you have a key to lock an oven? That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. So that's obviously a stupid idea, and I'm being an idiot, and I sincerely apologise for the fact that I'm an utter moron. I've been stabbed in a bum again and stuck on a door frame. Oh well, at least it's Indian times. Rewind to last recording. Oh, it would be really cute if it actually recorded the footage of you doing it and then it ran backwards. That would be super cute. I'd like that. It would be an utter waste of time. Wouldn't serve any purpose whatsoever, but it would be really cute. Okay, right. At least I now know a little bit better of what I am doing. So I need to go back down to the basement, get the key again, and then I can try the key in a couple of locks. Because at the very least we've got the back door and the front door, so worth trying. Screen's getting very frickin' fuzzy all of a sudden. I don't know why. There we are. It's a bit better. It was probably on a different level, and it was like I was vertically close, but not horizontally close. If that makes any sense at all. Yeah. Let me take this. There we go. He's probably in here again, isn't he? Because it seems to be getting really close. Judging by the screen. Yeah. He's probably just above me, but on the next floor, and that's why it's being set off. If I had to guess, and I do, because I don't know the answer, because I'm not an all-knowing being. I am just a Muppet. I can't use this here. Well, darn it. I mean, I'd rather go out the front door, because I feel like that's going to be closer to escape, but at the same time, I should actually be going this way. It's scary that I've learned the layout of this house quite well by this point. I don't know where he is, and I frankly don't want to know. Can't use this here either? Well, where then? Obviously, yeah. Obviously, as I said, it would be too easy just to go out the front frickin' door, because then you just escape, and that would be the end of it. But what the hell do I want this key for then? What other lock things have I seen? I have no idea. I feel like I've been through everything. I know I've still got the rope, so obviously the rope must be useful for something. The rope must serve some kind of additional purpose. So it makes sense that there's something else I need to do. But what? What else is there that I haven't done? There must be something. Except I haven't got the faintest idea what it is. There's nothing further in this direction, is there? No. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not being that stupid anyway. There was nothing in here, was there? No. Ew. 63 in total. Okay, that's interesting, if perhaps not important. Have I read all the notes? No, I've missed Killer's Guidelines. That's disgusting. Yeah, I've missed one of Fred's diaries, which perhaps suggests there is like some sort of extra room or something I haven't been in, because he's in here, isn't he? Yep, there he is, and now he stabbed me in the bum again. Idiot. That perhaps suggests there's some sort of room I haven't been in yet, because I've missed a piece of paper, and with all the wandering around I've been doing, you'd imagine I'd have seen it if it was just lying around somewhere. So, yeah, I must have missed that. There must be another room somewhere. I just can't think of any doors that I haven't really been through. But there must be another one somewhere. There must be something else. There must be. It's just a case of finding it. Wish I could find some more bloody bandages as well. Hush, babe. Everything's going to be alright. Right. I had to look up a walkthrough to find out what the rope was for, because I was at an absolute loss. But apparently you need to use it in the basement. Oh, go away. I hate I keep getting stuck on my sentences. I always keep getting stuck on these blooming door frames. Irritate me. Go away, you fatuous freak. You crazy culinarian. This is a random thing that doesn't matter, but you know what the little buzzing noises on the radio remind me of really weirdly? The bit in Far Cry 4 where you're in the Himalayas and you've got that handheld proximity sensor thing, the beeping noise which that makes reminds me oddly of the sounds made by the radio. Anyway, apparently this is where you use the rope, and I didn't know. It must lead to the sewers. Yes, if I only had some bloody rope. I do have some bloody rope. I should bring my flashlights. I've got the flashlights, alright. Right. I figured it out at last. I've got no idea what the key is for. I think I might have died. Am I going to wake up and carry on, or... I'm still alive, despite the fact that I only had 1 hit point left because my health was critical. I think my shoulder is broken. That was close. I must get out of here and find help. That seems sensible. Yep, my vital signs are still critical. And I can't sprint anymore. That's interesting. I only broke my shoulder. I didn't break my frickin' ankles. Okay. Mind you, I've never broken my shoulder in my life, so I've got no idea how debilitating it is. Okay, it looks like there's... excuse me. Looks like there's some bars at the other end there. Oh, there's some bars here as well. I've got the key I need for this. I didn't know what this was for, but I know now. Right, that's marvellous. Man, if you came down here without that key, you'd be screwed. I wonder if maybe you fall down here without the key and maybe you just die instead of anything else. Bloody hell, it's dark. The flashing red on the screen to indicate that I'm so low on health isn't helping either, if I'm honest. I mean, it's a nice effect, but as is this, but at the same time, it's not what I need in my life right now. I don't like this. I don't like this. This must be the it they were talking about. I thought I could hear the pitter-patter of little feet. No, I think I can hear the gurgling of a belly. Oh, what are these? I'm not sure if these are eggs, but they're organic. I wonder if they are breeding from the flesh around them. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. Really? Really? And the corridor of meat didn't make you feel in the slightest bit queasy. I think they're teeth, if you ask me. That's what I think they are, if you want my interpretation of the facts. Oh my giddy aunt, this is freaking disgusting. I seem to have gone in a big bloody circle. I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to help. I must have missed something. Let me go back and retrace my steps. Okay, well at least we figured out what the rope and the key and everything else is for. So we know we've used everything now. So we must be pretty close to the end. This one has hatched. Oh joy! I'm so grateful. I'm so happy about that. What under the sun has hatched out of this? Is the idea, in fact, actually that I'm not supposed to go anywhere. I'm just supposed to loop around so that something can be waiting for me. Yep. Yep. Yep, some was waiting to murder me. The plot thickens. What was that? I don't know. It wasn't quite as Lovecraftian as I was expecting with all of the setup that you gave. We won't worry about that. Funky music. Like me some funky credit music. Right. It was really good, actually. I really like that. Yeah, as I said, it was kind of like a granny game, but with a lot more slasher influences than otherwise. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was very spooky and surprisingly tense, actually. Officer. I have no memory of an officer. That's weird. The guide that I was looking at. I do have no idea who made a seagull picture. Maybe it belongs to the seagull. Yeah, the guide that I was looking at when I had to look up what to use the rope for said that there were multiple endings. Or, no, actually I think it said walkthrough and secret ending, I think it was. So maybe there's a sort of a secret ending where you do something differently and then you're able to escape. Maybe if you bring the hammer with you back down, maybe you can fight it off or something. I don't know, but that would make sense actually, I think, because the hammer, I can't remember if I commented on it, but it seemed like there were certain items that you needed for a while, but then you didn't need any longer, and the hammer was the obvious example of that. So I wonder if perhaps if you take the hammer with you, you can then use it down there to do something. Maybe it's just like to bash up the eggs of the demon monster, so that it can't proliferate itself any further. I don't know, but that was a really rather good game. No idea what the secret ending is, but perhaps you can play the game yourself. It's not frightfully expensive, and you can find out what was the harder difficulty. Now that I understand it, slower stamina recovery rate. Difficult to say. Partial bandage heal. I thought it was pretty difficult with the very few number of bandages they gave you in the first place. I would have expected there to be a couple more, but never mind. Smaller, admittedly, if you'd known a little bit more of what you were doing and hadn't been wandering around quite as much as I was, then you wouldn't have needed to be exposed to the enemy quite so much. Smaller inventory would be crippling, but if you knew the map quite well, you could probably get away without having the flashlight. So you probably manage relatively well without a torch. But yes, I really rather liked that. That was good. That was very fun. Yes, good game. Very nicely put together. Lots of fun. Quite spooky. As I said, the doors, especially at the beginning when I didn't know that the fuzziness on the camera was a proximity indicator, it made it quite scary, because at any moment of opening a door there might be an enemy there, and it's not even like you can open the door and have a look due to the fixed camera angles. So yeah, it all came together quite nicely in the end, which I really rather liked, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.